Unrelated to this. It's unrelated to this, but man, what a cringe moment it was. Of course, Danny enjoys all the attention. He's extroverted. He enjoys all the attention of all you're doing a comedy routine. His extroverted attitude grows in the spotlight. The cake tasted even better than it looked. The burgers are good. The cake is good. The comedy is good. What did Un do? I guess he just sat. Like, remember that Un hasn't done any skating. He hasn't done any swimming. All he did is like bring Alya back. This man has just been here. It was moist and melted in your mouth. Listen. Don't ever describe it. I know that what you're trying to say is that it's spongy and sweet, and it's got that succulence to it. But I just can't take the word moist seriously in the context of a cake. I know what you're trying... I know it's normal to call a cake moist, because a dry cake is hard on the tongue, and the flavors don't mix very well because your saliva is part of the tasting process. Also, it helps aromate things a little bit. But, come on, man! So, like... Were the pictures of Kingdom Hearts like in little standees, or was it printed on top? Because I know they can like print anything on top of a cake nowadays. The icing wasn't too sweet. It's icing! Dude! Hold up. I'm holding up my little fingy. Isn't icing like 90% fucking sugar? Wait, marzipan is ground almonds and sugar? Man, I don't know what to say anymore. I was under the impression that icing was like mostly, but apparently, let's see. Sugary glaze made of sugar with a liquid such as water and milk that's often enriched with ingredients like butter, egg whites, cream cheese, and flavorings. I mean, I know that icing isn't that sweet, but I think I'm getting mixed up with marzipan, actually. Well, I'm not a baker, so what would I know? Also, I don't recall icing being smooth. Like, a whipped cream, if you put that on a cake, I would describe as smooth. But icing is supposed to be, like, chunky and biteable, right? Maybe I don't know what icing is at all. Sun was setting, so he started packing everything up and headed home. Alya just sat there in a swimsuit the entire party. Alya did not go back to get dressed. She was the only person in a swimsuit out of everyone here. This is a normal party. Where the non-birthday person is just allowed to... Whatever. Alya's tail's doing little pitter-patters on the seat. Don't fucking steal that shit from Fang. That is because Fang is a musician and is supposed to be like a cute little detail. Or she wag her tail. Why would a snake wag its fucking tail? Is she a rattlesnake? When we got back, Zelda was the first to get picked up when her dad came by. Yes, she was also the only person dropped off. We have no impression that Alya was delivered here, and Un walked over himself, right? I was the next to leave, waving everyone goodbye and walking down the street. Like, the way you want to describe this is Zelda was the first to leave, getting picked up by her dad. Because that way you create the impression that the first thing, it refers to her leaving, not her dad picking her up. These are tiny things, but they make flow better. I was the next to leave, waving goodbye to everyone walking down the street. After a couple of minutes to get to the end of Denny Street, and I hear a rolling of wheels. Wait up. I turned to look Alya riding towards me on her skateboard. Here I am! Here I am! Is she talking to me? Hey, I decided to head home too. Thought we could walk together. She's on a skateboard, you are not walking. My smile grows. Happiness inside me lights like a growing fire. Let me make this clear. This motherfucker just went to a fantastic birthday party that he apparently had great food at, great jokes. But the happiness is only lighting now. Why? The way this is phrased implies that he's just miserable at this point. He's or neutral, and only now is he happy. Describe it as like the happiness grows. Look, my wonderful day is made all the more wonderful because the lady I like has decided to join me on my walk home. Like, the growing fire part might be what it's trying to hint at, but why not describe the happiness as growing like a fire? It's not a light, it's already a light, but it is growing like a fire. Again, it's tiny changes, big impact. Listen, I'm not going to talk about the Poissons versus the Rubinists, but we need to talk about Clair Obscur soon. Well, not necessarily Clair Obscur, because technically speaking, what you're talking about with... Don't... Listen, the problem with Clair Obscur is that there are multiple different connotations for it. What I'm thinking about is Chiaroscuro, which is a whole different... Listen, we're not talking about this right now. Now is not the time. Get these fucking Rubinists And Personists out of here. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to have this conversation. All they do is yell at me. What are they called again? I have so many fucking Personists in my head. The Pusinists. And the Rubinists. There you go. It is not the Pusinists. Friendship achieved. I mean, fair enough. Does this count? This man is a... I prefer Inko, who's like, I'm friends with everyone. Because it's a little endearing. Labrador. I'll count it. Why are you talking about it like you don't already have like 4 other friends? Sure, I'd love the company. But no, wait. It's Zelda, Danny, Freddy. Fair enough. Aya's hood grows a bit when she smiles. This time it doesn't feel intimidating. Do hoods do that? I don't know. Like with Damien, it's obvious because the fins fold up, but with hers, it feels a bit weird. It's kind of like your ears wiggling. It felt welcoming, which is fair. Like, you can do that. You can be like, it's weird. It's kind of like our ears are moving. But in that case, you gotta do the same for everyone. Bird's got a bird. You gotta talk about the fact that they have this big lump in their throat where all the rocks and food are sliding around digesting. Listen, all I want to do is write about this fucking shit, okay? I love world building, and I get mad when people don't. Oh, look, we're back at Avenue Street. What is that on the floor? Is that like that just looks like a street sign that's like perched up. We walk down. I don't know what it is, but something about how these electric lines like can go into this here. It makes it look like they just vanish. It also makes this tower look really close to the camera. Like the perspective gets fucked up. It might be because this might be a cropped image. Like it might be bigger than this. And because of that, like, the angles aren't right because the actual vanishing point for the perspective isn't correct, but whatever. We walk down the street, making small talk with one another. We don't want to get into the big topics yet. Dude, you've been checking her out non-stop. Wouldn't want to get into the big topics yet. I want to drive her a rail already. Me looking at her ass and her muscles and talking about her glistening scales, that's fine, though. My stop comes up first. She gives me a fist bump before hopping on a board and skating away. That's awfully out extroverted for someone who needed to be coaxed to the party. See you around. Monday comes and the day goes by really fast. Remember, this guy has 4 classes. No more, no less. I like the song, though. But I just like the instrumentation more than anything. Nothing too important happened during the first half of school besides dodging the occasional look from Trinity. Oh, because you fucked up the... What was it again? Dodgeball. During our last period, we're going after practice steps with Mr. Wiltz, which is very close to waltz. If you don't imitate this part, maybe it's harder for you. You'll want to bring your back foot up and back at the same time as you are bending forwards to maintain balance. Some students lose their balance and have to do... What? Wait. I think it's just the lighting, but like Un looks darker, like more tanned in this. Also, he looks whiter in this? I don't know how to describe it. I think it's just the lighting. Makes him slimmer. Don't do too fast. Learn where your center goes and control it. Almost everyone manages to do it, eventually. Besides me and a couple of other students. How is it almost everyone if it's a couple of other people? Try it again. For my amusement, you fool. Dance! Dance for me! Also, okay, listen, I need to talk about this. Knees? Knees. Feet are visible. Feet are visible. What? Why aren't they standing on the same altitude? Why aren't they standing on the same line? Why is Un slightly closer to the camera? Feel where your gravity wants to take you, and adjust your body as you need to keep yourself up. I bring my foot back while leaning forward to try again. So, the implication is they've been practicing this for a couple of minutes, and now he's giving you the instructions you need? Dude, what a shit teacher. He's just been letting you fall on the floor going, ha, you fucking idiot. Gravity isn't my friend today. When has gravity ever been your friend, Doom? It's really hard to know where it wants to pull me. Considering he doesn't like skateboarding. And trying to adjust... Wait. It's really hard for me to know where it wants to pull me. And trying to adjust for that makes me want to fall over. I know that feeling, man. Some of you are hesitating and second-guessing yourself. I don't know what it is, but something about his haircut and the little goatee makes him look so sinister. Especially with, like, the shoulders. Like, cut off the rest of him, and he looks like a really sinister man. Right? Like, ignore the lower body, you get this jacked figure who's like, I'm going to beat you up now. Especially if you do this across, like, the whole image. Now it's like this tall, jacked man is walking right over to this child. Trust in the way you want to be taken. I keep trying over and over. Didn't you just say that everyone eventually... Whatever. Keep trying over and over, but I end up losing my balance each time. I have an idea. Here are these weighted ankles. Remember to take them off when you fight Gara from the Sands from the other village. Huge jacked man. I don't know how to describe this, but it's a problem that I have with this design. Look at how the shading is on this character. We got very minimal and flat shading here. And then we have this smooth blend happening around the chest. His pectoral muscles are so rounded and inflated as the only part of his body that seems to use this shading. Like, it's a little bit about the ankles, but that's low down and it's covered up by the text box. Everything else is this flat, stark shell shade. It's so fucking weird. Like, I'm fine with the shading style being used, but it's so inconsistent that it looks like the author, the artist followed, like, a tutorial on how to draw pectoral muscles for this one section and nothing else. Also, I don't know how to tell you this, but it feels like the pectoral muscles are a bit high up. I don't know what it is. Also, his fucking upper body is so goddamn huge, and his lower half is so tiny. But we'll get together with partners and help each other out in this one. If you're being held in place, you can teach your body to stay in that new position. That will build muscle on specific points in your body. We're already getting paired up. Leaving me with, nobody. Look at Mr. Wiltz. It's Mr. Wiltz with a Z. You bingus. You wrote his name. You made it up. It wouldn't be fair if I was helping you. I'm the teacher. I get to be lazy. God damn it. Look, I understand for Iadicon because of how the artistic process works. This is just supporting the man so he doesn't fall over. What unfair advantage are you offering? He snaps his fingers. Got it. I'll be right back. He's gonna pull a magical student we've never seen before out of the closet. We had music for a second when the door opens, but he closes it before I could think of what it was. He stays back there for a couple of minutes. Man, this is a great way to spend my fucking school time, waiting for the teacher to get me a pairing. Seems like something he should have thought of before he did pairs. I hear the music turn off and he flings the door open. Sorry that took so long. Couldn't convince her at first, but the moment I mentioned your name, she perked right up. Who did? See a familiar face peek around the door. It's Trinity, right? That way we create some tension and friction and make dancing classes more structurally frustrating for to deal with. The same silver scales and blue eyes. Oh, no, it's her. So, okay, listen. I have a lot to say about this outfit. The primary one is you couldn't get the... Listen, when you're drawing lines on outfits like this, you choose... Listen, I know that as an artist, you want to draw the lines by hand. If you want to draw lines, you can make short, quick strokes. You can go for big ones. Use your stabilizers. Draw a vector line. It's just a single equal curve. Come on, man. Also, around her belly button, I guess. Why is there no lining here? I get that it's really small, but fucking hell, man. It's the little things. Come on. This looks like it was bigger and they shrunk it down and they just never bothered to update the line width. It's amateurish. There's a reason why you do that stuff during the sketch phase, and then you cover it up. Sup? Whoa. You're in this class? Why the fuck were you having a private class behind closed doors, Alya? This man is like, I can't help my own students. That would be unfair. But you're allowed to have private fucking lessons over there? What the hell? Because we know each other. Mr. Wiltz, she literally changed her mind because you mentioned him. Are you dense? You're adults. Act like it. Be like, ah, I had a suspicion. You know, something that makes him look a little smarter. Supposed to be a teacher. She gives me a fist bump, confirming Mr. Wiltz's question. Mr. Wiltz. If I knew he was in this class, I would have been practicing alone. Why are you allowed to practice alone? Who made this arrangement? Why? Can we talk about this? If she has this arrangement, why is she coming outside now? Wouldn't she prefer to stay in secret and have Un come over to her private quarters? Can we get some fucking... I was putting on a custom-made gray leotard with an open back, which we don't get to see. Just trust us, it's right there. And blue trim. I don't like it. I don't like the color combination you're going for. I feel like the light blue is way too goddamn light blue. It's also not her blue. I know you're not supposed to use skin colors, but this looks like she's wearing her fucking skin colors in terms of both trim and whole color. Like, why couldn't it just be black? If it's black and you make the blues a little poppier, it would look kind of cute. You know, she's got a trim. She likes blue. But no. Sorry, fashionista Safi coming right at you. I have big opinions about outfit and character design. I'm sorry. I've become a snob. I cannot be saved. Do not attempt to come for me. I was putting on a custom-made gray leotard with an open back and a blue trim. I'm excited to see her again. Yes, we fucking know. It's all you talk about, pervert. I saw her at lunch. And knowing we have another class together gets me all giddy. Yeah, you also have history class. Are we going to do anything with that? Why do we have to have her here? Why can't it be Trinity? Why can't we have Trinity here so that Un's... Like, does Un care about dancing? Does he want to have a future in dancing? Is this a big thing for him? Would ruining dancing lessons make him sad? Like, come on! I can feel my lips curling into a smile. Admittedly, your lips already curled, so they look up. You got this underbite. She lets out a small chuckle, hiding her smile with her hands. Good, you two will be perfect together. I'm going to ship you, which is a perfectly normal thing for teachers to do. Yanakan at least had some layers of obfuscation. I'm just going to say it as it is. You're already comfortable with one another. Shouldn't part of dancing lessons be like having to deal with people you're not comfortable with so that you build up a general comfort around new people, you know? I just feel like if you're going to be a dancer, you should be taught to be comfortable about random people. Hey, buddy, welcome to the next big play. You know nobody in this, and you better get used to it. I just feel like that kind of being comfortable with your body and being in contact with other people's bodies is part of dancing. Dancing is physical and intimate and close and building up and... tearing down the walls that surround intimacy compared to professionalism. It's important. Professionalism. I wouldn't say comfortable, because I just want to touch her in sexual ways like a fucking pervert. Honestly, this is kind of weird when you consider that this man has been, like, ogling her. Listen, I need to... Okay, we need to turn the music off. I really want to point this out. Listen, I know, I'm the big pansy who talks a lot about consent and stuff. I have serious fucking issues with the concept of the main character is, like, hot for her, is, like, not saying this, it's just the hormones. He's straight up hot for her, and and the hormones are brought up once and a little too late to be, like, a comfortable blanket for, like, it's just that. I have issues with the fact that this man is put in a situation where he's allowed to touch her. I feel like she has the right to be informed that this man has the hots for her, and it might get weird, right? Because otherwise, in the middle of something, so I'm like, dude, you're in a leotard. You cannot hide the boner. People are going to see it. The teacher's going to see it. And Elia's going to be like, what the fuck, man? How are you hiding the obvious boner you had just looking at her earlier? When you get to put your hands on her? You sex pervert. Sorry, I just really like the term sex pervert. It's so stupid. An alternative to what the character said, seeing as how to seem to get along, would any of you mind forming a team? Yeah, that does sound a bit more neutral. Otherwise, you could be like, alright, if you're not, then you can hook up with that guy, and then his partner will hook up with Alia, you know? I wouldn't say comfortable. Also... Unk does that David Bowie from Labyrinth. Ugh, Senator always pulling out the cuts I don't want to think about. This man is pulling out slices of cake. I didn't even know we had cake. I wouldn't say comfortable, but you could say we're closer than most other students in this class. My mother... Man, could you shut up? I've just been ogling her in her swimsuit while I was visiting her friend's house, and then looking at her sweating and ogling her tail. You know, I'm close, wink. God, this feels so gross. Like, I know, again, I said before, I like the idea of, like, you gotta break down the professional barriers. Listen, Unk, if you want to dance, you gotta be able to touch a woman and feel nothing. You've got to make that woman feel comfortable with touching you, and you gotta feel comfortable, you know, you gotta make it good. I would love that. I would love if Will's just like, oh, buddy, I'm watching. You gotta learn, buddy. Ugh, it would be even funnier if he had, like, a little spray bottle. And he's like, chick, 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 chick. Don't get any ideas, buddy. Spritzes him. Now you're the shiny boy. God damn it, no. I can't believe Unc glistens like an oyster in the sea sun. The classroom door budges? Budges. The word you're using is budges. Let's see. Make or cause the slightest movement. I feel like doors don't budge. I feel like doors would crack open or slowly open. Budging feels weird. I feel like budging is something you do to someone, not something something does. Sir.
Sorry to.
Oh, no, wait, he's supposed to be the stand-in. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird? Like the whole thing is about having the hots for a snake, but we have an incredibly large cast of bird characters. Wait a minute. Is the point that birds and snakes are both like the fucking hell because they're dinosaurs? God. I'm gonna need a minute. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. Listen, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. Sorry to bother you, Mr. Vince. Anything you need, Fatty? You just mention it. Wink. The hell is that about? I need to borrow Un and Elia for a bit. Isn't it weird how Elia, who we didn't even know was in the class, wouldn't it be funnier if he shows up and he's like, Alia, and then Alia shows up and she's like, Un, and then we have this cute scene and Freddy's like, shut up, we gotta go. Man, this is so fucking weird. God damn it. My last name is Snake. I mean, admittedly, that probably happened. It's like, we're the only snakes in town, and they're doing the census of, like, what's your last name? It's like, I guess Snake. Because don't forget, there are Dutch people who are called was born naked, so I'm not gonna judge. That's just how last names work. I don't like that his name is Ahmed, because again, it makes him sound so exotic when he's just fucking milquetoast. Mrs. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed, Miss Ophidian. I nod and walk out of the room with Alia. Man, I would like to point out, seconds ago, it was like, I can't do this thing. I need help to learn this important part of dancing. And he's like, go fuck off now, Unc. You don't need to learn shit. You're gonna have a massive gap in your education, and I can't be bothered. My last name is Snake. Solid Snake? John, Big Boss. Ugh. I have the best chatters. They deserve commendations, medals of honor for serving in the line of duty. I like how he took him along and they're not even allowed to change. Jesus Christ, Freddy. So what's up, Freddy? I need your help with something. Wait, he's asking me for help? Dude, do I look like I can help myself? We're really low on volunteers for the fair in a few weeks. Is that gonna be like the contest? Or we need some people to help decorate. And you want us? I mean, admittedly, oh yeah, you're like the tallest person we've seen so far, so it kind of makes sense they would want you for decorating. And Unk isn't too short either. She didn't sound too happy about that. It does feel weird. Like, we started off, like, let me point something out. Similar to Wani, where we get this introduction to Liz where she's way more punk and way more aggressive and way more athletic, where she's, like, racing around the hallway. Similar to that, the Lizard Queen introduction has really not been followed up on in the same way that it hasn't been with Olivia. God damn it. She doesn't sound too happy about that. I have things to do after school. I know, but it will only be for a couple of hours. We start setting up a week before the fair. Could you please help? So, aren't fairs usually, like, external? Aren't fairs usually organized by the people you invite to host it for you? I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of fair this is going to be anyway. It'll be worth it, I promise. Her and I look at one another. I don't want to spend more time with Alia. You are gonna spend time with her at dance class! You don't need to go to the fucking fair for this, you dumb motherfucker. Why not just go back there? It'll be way more because you get to touch each other. I'm just saying, it's like way more personal, way more intimate. It's something you like doing, like even outside of the physical context. Just you're both doing something you like, compared to doing chores for this random guy who's in the story on and off. I just don't. Why would you agree to this? I still don't know much about her. Dance class? She likes dancing. Why would I want to learn more about her wanting to dance? I want to learn more about her butt. Fucking loser. But damn, she just looked good. Jesus Christ. No, you also are in a skin-tight outfit. It doesn't do you any favors either. To help with decorations, or do you... Why you like this, man? Why can't I find this? Oh, because I'm in the Wani script, that's why. Apparently, this conversation doesn't do anything. I like how this choice doesn't mean anything. Apparently in the other choice, she's like, if you're going... Oh, man, this is... What is going on? Goon game. It's not even good gooning! We could have had a dance lesson! Which is way cuter, more personal. It's related to their personal interests. It's... Come on! We're supposed to date the snake, but apparently... Who cares about what the snake wants? We're gonna do boring fucking decorating. Great. I love it. Sure, we can help. What do you think, Alia? Just let me leave when I need, and there won't be any problems. The creator is competent. You're assuming, G. The creator... Assuming the creator's... Listen, I come at this from the perspective that people are trying their best and want to do their best. Because honestly, there's more to complain that way. The room isn't funny if it's intentional. Thank you guys so much. I owe you big time. I will never repay this because the writer will forget about this all in like 5 minutes. I have to tell Principal Scoots. What a shit name. See ya, guys. Wait, so let me get one thing straight. I've been meaning to ask this. How does cross-pollination work in this? This is why Anon is a chat. He never went out of his way to be specific. I have a big question. So, like, is crossbreeding a thing? Because if it is, how the fuck does she have an unbroken snake line to when her last name was picked out? And the same goes for the guy with the name Scoots. Like, wouldn't it be funny if her name was like Avian? It's like, yeah, I got a lot of bird in my family. I'm just saying. It's kind of weird. I think Porcupine pointed this out, and I want to point it out too. It is weird how often furry things will have cross-species things, but it's usually the main cast and never their parents. Man, the population is going to be booming when all these fucking cross-species refuse to have actual kids because they just literally can't. Alia scratches her head. Alia shrugs. Alia. Yeah, back to the classroom. Oh yeah, they're still going to... I forgot, they're not going to come along right now. So why did you have to take him away? Couldn't he just ask this in class? A hand slaps the door, preventing us from opening. Trinity, shouldn't you be in class?
Nice outfits. You two hook it up during class.
An audible sigh can be heard escaping Alia's mouth. Well, if it wasn't audible, you wouldn't have heard it. Idiot. Dude! Lowercase I, and you're missing the apostrophe. And the apostrophe. I'm disappointed. Also, there's no comma between and I'm.
You look good in that, but something seems a little small. It's your peanuts.
I cover myself in embarrassment. Shouldn't you be happy that you're not, like, sporting a boner next to the woman you keep perving on? I feel like that would kill the mood more than anything.
Ow.
Low blow, low blow.
Alia, you fit that pretty well. You must use that a lot in all the pornos you shoot. You fucking slut.
Wow, we're going there, huh? You have no taste in fashion yourself. Half a shirt? Like, what is going on with this fucking outfit? Why does she paint her nails red? I mean, I guess it matches her eyes, but nothing about her really works with red in that way. Shorts where your flabby ass near... That's because of the tail, man. You gotta have the tail with, like, the little belt that goes over top. The pants with the belt. Go look in a magazine and get some style. Alia's clear jab at Trinity's... That's not a crop top, though. I mean, I guess it is because it has the open. But come on, it's a bit more than that. And her booty shorts. I don't know, man. I feel like booty shorts cover more than this. Clearly pisses her off. Also, I think anyone in the world who wears this to school and gets away with the fucking, the dress code doesn't care. I don't think Trinity gives a fuck. You don't show up in this unless you own it.
You should really untuck that camel toe you got going on. You're flabbing all over the place.
Surprised she decided to crawl out of the brothel. Why are both of these accusing each other of being sexually promiscuous? Almost didn't recognize you and decided to have the clothes on. I seriously feel like... whatever. I slammed my penis in the car door. Parappa the rapper, you should not be rapping with this man. It's not healthy. Trinity angrily hisses and flares her frills.
Don't try to play innocent. I know what you do.
I know you're a prissy bitch who hasn't learned to keep her mouth shut. You want to know something that I found extremely funny about the Porcupine streamers? There was a guy who was like constantly complaining about Olya not having a nice voice. I'm half tempted to give her the Olivia voice. Just to give that guy a little chance. I can hear two creatures roaring at each other. Jesus fucking Christ, man. The look in Olya's eyes is nearing anger, yet she remains calm and collected. This must be a normal occurrence.
I will fucking kill you.
If you're gonna get this close, you better be prepared to kiss me, use the scoot. The classroom door gets thrown open. Trinity quickly tucks her frills. Everything going well out here. I couldn't help but notice that people were threatening to murder each other. Aya squints her eyes. Everything is... Come to my desk, you two. Trinity, go back to your class. Walking around with your
Tail between your legs.
That's my dick. That's my dick? We're not talking about snakes having hemi-penises right now. But I do feel like there's another conversation worth having right now. Why? Like, I get the point of the jab, okay? I get the point of the jab. But it's so weird to me. There's something about it that just feels off. Aya flips her off and slams the door closed. There's a teacher right there. You can't just flip her off. Crap, we're in trouble. Maybe I should have said something. I'm a coward. I'm not even Inko. Even Inko said something or tried to help.